Hey everyone, it's Keri TV. Today we are talking about the recent sale at 812 16th Street in Santa Monica. Stay tuned. So we are closing today at 812 16th Street, and the owners are the cutest people ever, leaving the sign for the new owners. The sellers are the cutest people ever. So what I like to say about transactions, which I always tell everybody, is every sale is so different. Buyer is different, seller is different, motivation is different, timing is different, needs, wants are all different. So with every situation, I try to be as neutral as possible when dealing with my client to make sure they get the best outcome, and explain to them that sometimes we may be a little bit anxious to get things done, but timing always works out the way it's supposed to. One of the common myths that I'm going to talk about today is time on market equals less money. Haha, every agent's gonna be like, what are you talking about? Yes, I understand that there is something to say with pricing your home correctly up front. You get multiple offers and you sell fast. Now, with the Santa Monica condos, similar to this one at 812 16th Street, most properties that sell under 30 days go 2% over asking. So that initial come out number is so important, because when it hits the market, the buyers get excited, they run to it, there's a frenzy, they bid it up, multiple offers, goes over asking. Now for any of those properties that don't go right away, the average for 30 days to 90 days tends to be 4 to 5% under asking. Crazy. And now is that to do with pricing, timing? Well, what happens is, from my experience, people tend to think my property hasn't sold, what's wrong with it? Buyers think, oh, it's been on the market, there's no multiples, what's wrong with it? Therefore, in cases where people are a little desperate, they tend to take a lower offer if one comes in, or they move things at a lower price than they normally would have if they had the luxury of waiting. It's tough sometimes when you have to move. Maybe you have another mortgage somewhere, so every month going down, every month you're losing money. So of course you want to get somebody in, even if it's for a lesser price, because you may end up making more when you move on because you're paying a new monthly mortgage. In this situation, the sellers were able to wait out that anxious period, and then what happens is at the point of about 80 to 120 days on market. So once you get past that, like, oh my God, we've been on the market 3 months, what is going on? That average is about 2% under asking. So owners that are waiting out that period are actually getting much closer to asking price than people that are reducing after 30 days. I know this goes against everything that agents tell you, and it goes against what I would say as well, but this market is a different market. There's many nuances, and I even saw it with my fiance's place. After 6 months on market, he ended up getting full price. I think they had 8 offers on that. So there are a lot of situations where even though there's time on market and many offers come in, owners are getting close to or asking price after 30 days on the market. Isn't that amazing? So it's just interesting to know, and especially seeing this case here at 812 16th. So we went under contract within the first 2-3 weeks. We had a big fun open house, sidecar, champagne, the way I like to do it. This is absolutely one of my favorite listings, by the way. It's just a beautiful home. When they bought it, I was so jealous, and now that we got to sell it again, it was great to be in this beautiful home again and get to showcase it and ride off Montana here. Okay, it's already sold, moving on. So we got it under contract, and we had a grueling round of inspections. These buyers were super, super picky, as they can be. They're buying at the biggest investment of their life most of the times. They had a personal circumstance come up, and they unfortunately had to cancel escrow. Now, we were right at the point where we were about to wrap everything up and go into the final week for closing. So this was a bit of a step back. The sellers were about to go on their road trip to go to the next portion of their life. So we were back from the beginning. We were doing the open houses, back to the donuts, back to getting people through here. And we sat, I believe, 3 weeks, a total of 85 days on market. We ended up getting an offer at asking price, went through the whole inspection process. So now we are closing on this property at 1.729, full price, after 85 days on market. So this is an exact example, like many others, that you do not have to sell much below market if you're not in a hurry. Now, every situation is different, and it always depends on, of course, the market value. If your house is overpriced, you're not gonna sell it close to asking price just because it's been on the market 90 days. But it's just talking about some of the common myths and what people think. So I am so excited for these sellers. They're such sweet people. I'm going to miss them here in LA. Very happy for the new buyer, of course, moving into this great place right off Montana behind Margot's. Great fries. And just wanted to go into the persistence and patience that it really takes on all sides. So falling out of escrow is never an easy thing. It happens, unfortunately. Getting everybody in the right mindset, getting everything organized, putting it back on market in the right way, getting the right buyer, having all the documents prepared, and making sure you have a smooth second escrow is the key to really making the transaction an easier one, especially for the sellers when they're under that kind of timeline, and you know, losing an escrow is never easy. So super happy for everybody involved. Patience, persistence, and understanding that every transaction is different is always a key in these deals in real estate. So thank you for watching Keri TV, and we've got more stories, more tips, and more fun things to talk about soon. So see you next week.